stuck in another shit bowl. When it flush, I never know where I come up. One thing's for sure, your shit will not be with me.
Hold up, okay.
Dirty Diapers.
Dirty.
Episode what?
10.
Whatever.
11.
Yes.
Hey, Dirty Diapers, welcome, man, to another special edition of Dirty Diapers Podcast. Cause the world
It's full of shit.
I know what it is, K-Trey.
Truck Z.
And we are joined today by a special guest, Mrs. Zeri.
Hello, everybody.
Is it Curls by Z?
Curls by Z.
Curls by Z.
Z curls.
Curls by So thank you for joining us, ladies.
Thank you for having me.
You are, I think,
Thank
the
you for having
first female we've had.
Yeah, you are the first female on.
Hey,
Yeah, so hopefully we get some good content. Well, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's engaged. We all been knowing each other. We all kind of know a little bit about. We've been knowing each other for a while. So
Yes.
It's
Long
cool,
time.
man. Welcome,
Long
welcome,
time.
welcome.
No, I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The
No
very
problem.
first podcast.
Tell these people what you do first.
Yeah.
Oh man, what do I do? So I am a director for operations for a dental company here in DFW. I think Jason actually been to one of my locations.
Yes, I have
Word.
been there.
Yeah, so I've been there for, I just
probably
hit my
need to come
10
check
years.
y'all out, too.
You should. We do have offices out here, not my region, but
Nah,
if
I
you
go where
know
I need to
where,
go.
but yeah, you can hit up a location. Hey, I have a family friend that's going if you don't
Okay.
want to drive out to my region. But I
Right.
think Jason actually went, he's like, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I wanna go to one of your
Absolutely.
offices. So, yeah, I think you went to the Carroll. Yeah.
No, you gotta stay within. Yeah, the guidelines.
Yes, you should.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
gotta take care of your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It's important.
Absolutely, I'm glad you got. What made you get into that field?
You know, it's funny. I actually went to be a dental assistant at first. I
Okay.
wanted to be in the healthcare field.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be a hygienist, but I was like, ugh, I don't know if I want to spend that much money yet. So let me get my feet wet. Let me
Spend
start
money doing what? What do you mean?
going
With
to
school?
high school. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So at that time, they have better programs now, but at that time, it was pretty high in cost. So I did dental assisting first, and then got my feet wet. And then, just went from there.
Okay.
Became a manager, and then DECA is the first DSO,
Mm-hmm.
and been there for 10 years.
DSO. What's that?
A dental organization. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like, so we have multiple locations.
Okay.
So in the past, I just worked at private offices. So it's the dentist owns the actual location. When I joined DECA, they had multiple locations, and since then, man, we've been growing all across, the United States. We're in Seattle, we're in Florida, Tennessee, North Carolina, Atlanta, and so the CEO, he calls it, he wants to be the Starbucks of dentistry. And so I've been there, been promoted twice, and
Nice, congratulations.
yeah.
Black Girls Rock, yes.
Yes,
So, we
yes.
definitely want to big up your success.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for
Thank you.
joining us, man.
Of course.
I also know you've been on a journey, a health journey, a different health journey.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, well, Keith was like my little trainer there for a hot minute.
Yeah, we tried that.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
definitely. I do not like it. Do you like getting up in the morning to work out?
Some days, I'm sporadic with my workouts. I can work out like sometimes I go early in the morning. Sometimes I go for lunch. Sometimes I go at night. Sometimes I go in the middle of the night. So it's
I like that kind of schedule, but we didn't have that kind of schedule. We had to be there at 5 a.m., which
Yeah.
means you got to get up like at 4:30
Yeah.
a.m. to get there. And
Yeah.
Keith is always excited and full of energy at early in the morning.
So and that could be a bit much.
Well, it was
Get
okay.
your ass up,
I mean, it
goddammit.
was-
That's what the fuck you wasting my time for. Y'all paying me to be this
That
way.
is true. That is true.
You paying me to
That
be
is
this
true.
way. Like, how would I
That
look?
is
You
true.
giving me money and I come in the whole lag like, y'all
That is
ready?
true.
How y'all doing this
That
way?
is true.
Well, let's get the stretches out the way. Like, this who you
No,
gonna give some money
yeah.
to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hell no. Come on, y'all ready? Good down, glad to see y'all. Yeah, get the one. 50, 50, 100, 25, 25, 50. Let's get it. We're gonna stretch it out. We're gonna what y'all wanna listen to. Y'all gotta put preference. I got a little Bluetooth speaker.
It was which was really great. And like I said, I like working out, but I know a big part of it is the nutrition piece. So that's where, I'm really starting to dabble into. I've always knew what to eat, what to do, counting macro, whatever the case may be to lose weight.
Right.
But I think I was doing that more for a physical aspect instead of like the actual mental health.
The health
as to
of it.
why-
Yeah, the physical health of it.
Yeah.
How your you was talking about the outside and versus
Yeah, I
the
was talking about
inside.
the outside. Okay, of course, you know, whatever calories you have coming in, you
Mhm.
burn out.
Mhm.
But when you start looking into like the health piece, and I told you, I recently got sick, food poisoning, and I was like, okay, but it was my cooking, so I was like, I don't know how to cook, so I'm not sure what's going on there. 5 days later, the same thing. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna remove meat. Removed meat, and I'm like, you know what? I like the way I feel. I haven't been bloated. I haven't been gassy, and it makes you explore different foods, also.
So
you know,
So basically, you're on a vegetarian path right now.
New, yes, I'm new to it.
Right.
New to being a vegetarian. I think going on almost 3 months, 2-3 months.
Nah, that's
And I haven't craved
no
it.
meat.
No meat.
For 2-3 months.
No
You
meat.
deep off into
Now,
it.
that's
Yeah.
good. That's
No
a habit
meat.
has been formed, is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You have
Yes.
formed a habit.
Yes.
So now, what? How far you want to take this?
So I'm looking at more of a lifestyle change. I think a couple of years ago, my brother and I, gosh, a long time ago, he did vegan, and I did it with him for like maybe 4 or 6 months. And I wouldn't say it was vegan at 100%. And then he kept going for years, but he dabbles into
Vegan,
meat.
no meat,
No
fish,
meat, no
fish,
fish,
poultry,
no
dairy,
nothing from an animal. My brother went all the way for a few years.
just fruits and vegetables and nuts, basically.
And grains and you can have a lot of stuff.
What?
You can have a lot of stuff being a
Fruits,
vegan.
vegetables, and nuts.
Grains, rice, anything. You can have all of that being a vegan. You just can't eat any animal products.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's like, yeah.
There's so many
65% of my food intake.
No, but there's so many.
Cause I'm an egg. I
foods.
love eggs,
I
like
do too.
real eggs.
I
Like
do
I'm
too.
not trying to give up. No, I don't want no. I don't want your. I don't want no made. I want an egg. Like I really want an egg. Like I don't want no made up
No
egg.
man-made eggs.
Yeah, I don't want no plant based egg. Like I
Oh,
want
they're so-
plants don't
but
produce egg. No, I want an egg.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean
It's tough. That would be tough.
it
for
is
me.
very tough.
I can
I
go
like
without
fish.
the actual animal, but saying products, that's a little bit extreme. For
You
me.
just have to read behind. Like there's
And
so.
bacon is one thing too.
I mean, an egg is still an animal.
That's where you.
Huh?
Vegans
An
don't eat
egg
eggs.
is-
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It comes from. Yes, you can't eat eggs being a vegan.
What
you
comes
can
first,
with-
the chicken or the egg?
The egg,
Egg.
Huh? Where the egg come from?
the chicken.
Chicken.
What comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Where did the chicken come from?
You tell me. What comes first?
An egg.
So what we talking about?
We talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
No, man. It ain't an animal until it's breathe, until it.
No, but
What?
it's
What?
coming.
What? Huh?
No,
What?
it's basic. Cause even a true vegan,
So
some
cow milk is what you're trying to tell me.
you don't drink.
That's,
I don't drink milk.
Yeah, I don't
it ain't what I'm talking about, but is cow milk an animal?
It's coming from.
That's it.
It's
That's
it's
animal
basically
product.
say whatever's coming.
Just
Yes,
like the egg
it's
is an
coming
animal product. It's not the
But
animal
no.
yet.
But it's-
milk won't. You can't get. What can you get from milk besides cheese?
Huh?
Huh? So if
Oh, you mean like it's not gonna grow into an animal? Nah, you set that shit out in the spoil long enough, you know what's gonna happen. Shit gonna start growing and living from the mildew, from animals do
But it's not gonna be an animal.
It won't be a cow. It will be an animal. That's where moths and shit come from. Spoiled, right? Am I
Okay.
tripping? Where do they grow at? Moths and like gnats and shit. Like if you leave sitting water, standing water, and then all of a sudden, if you let them spoiled milk just sit outside, what you think gonna happen?
Because those flies will come lay eggs in that.
That's
true.
okay. So animals.
Well,
come
basic
from there.
anything that's whether it's butchering an animal or coming from an animal, that is not vegan. That vegetarian. And again, I'm still learning as I'm going
You
through
on
my
the
journey.
vegetarian right
I'm on
now.
the vegetarian,
So
but
you're not eating no meat.
I'm not eating meat. I'm not
Any
even.
meat.
I'm actually not even eating eggs anymore either.
Oh word.
I
Now-
tried the plant-based eggs and they were great. So I
Do
just
they
stuck
still
with it.
have the same? Well, we know they don't have the same. Well, the same level of nutrition, like the same amount of protein that comes in a real egg?
Now that I don't know, but there is protein in it.
Okay.
Everything that comes from, that's, I guess you could say, plant-based, has protein, because that is when I was reading on being a vegetarian. Like, you have to make sure, especially for someone who's working out and wants to build muscle, you
Right.
have to have protein, right?
You have to have
You have
protein.
to, whether if it's going to come from fruits
No
and
matter where it
vegetables
comes from, but
or
you gotta
powder,
have it. Yeah,
whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But this is the beauty of it. You start to explore different foods that have proteins you probably would not have known, because you're
Had you
getting it
not
from
took that journey.
the chicken, the
Right,
steak, the meat, or
right,
whatnot.
Right.
So again, I'm still newly into it, and my goal, and that's ever right now, I really wouldn't mind being a vegan. I'm not now,
Yeah.
but as I'm
But you
learning
can
and
cook
reading,
though, and that's why we're so
Yes.
okay. So I follow on social media. If y'all don't know her and y'all follow on social media, she be cooking, man, and then she play that shit like she, you know what I'm saying? Like,
presenting it.
bam,
like a
Presenting it to-
restaurant.
and it be,
Gordon
it don't be
Ramsay or
not
somebody.
one piece of meat on this motherfucking plate. Say, but it just look great. I'm like, damn, that shit look good in the motherfucker, man. Ain't it? It no meat, but
No meat.
pretty, colorful,
Yeah.
light, and just
Being
looks like
covered.
it looks energetic. The plate itself
Yes.
look like it's
Yes.
just glowing full of energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get it. So I can get I get
Yes.
it, and I know that I could go vegan. I
You
would
could
never
be.
want to do it.
Well, that's different.
I would want to go
That's again.
vegetarian before vegan. I can do
Yes.
vegetarian because I like fish. I'm gonna eat fish.
And I'm
Probably
not just
a
saying that
pescatarian.
now, or a pescatarian. There's people that just
Pescatarian
eat
as well.
fish, and like I said,
Well, I ain't gonna just eat fish. I love
No.
vegetables and fruit.
well, no, pescatarians. I'm saying that's the,
Oh, that's the only meat.
poultry.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
they just eat.
Okay, but no, but
Yeah.
I'm still gonna eat eggs from chickens too. Yeah.
So,
yeah. And
Vegetarian will
asparagus
be more.
and cheese. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Vegetarian is just no meat. You can still have
That's what I'm
dairy.
saying.
You can,
Yeah.
all
I
that
can
other
do
stuff.
that. I can do that.
I mean, I love trying different. I love challenging myself. Like I
Mhm.
told you, I'm trying to prep myself to do 30-day raw vegan.
Right.
To reset my gut. I've been reading about it, the benefits about it, and
Mhm.
I just liked it. So who's to say? Yeah, I may not be a vegan one day, but I'm pretty much 99.9% that I'm
What you
gonna
finna try for it?
that I'm
You
gonna
go
do
for it?
vegetarian. I'm not gonna do any meat.
Oh, okay.
I'm
So
not- I
like,
know
if
for
you
a
gonna
fact
live
the
out the
meat's
rest
gone.
of your days with no.
The meat's gone.
That's dope,
Yeah.
man.
The meat's gone. Like just removing just that. Well, I've been dairy free, but just removing that, the energy, just how I feel,
Mhm.
my body. Not so. Well, you know how certain meals you just feel, even though you
Heavy,
didn't
you
overeat,
can tell,
but you're
yeah.
just like, why am I gassy?
Yeah.
Why can't I breathe?
Mm-hmm.
And you just had maybe some chicken, veggie, or whatever. Like, and that particular day, I just had some veggies and chicken. And I'm
And it
like,
just turned
yeah,
your-
yep.
the
And
walk
of course,
was
I'm
like this.
diagnosing myself.
Right.
You know,
oh,
I'm
you
not-
didn't go to.
No, no,
So
I'm just
no,
like,
no, why
no.
not? That's interesting.
I don't know. I mean, I think I want to because my daughter was telling me, she's like, Mom, you could probably have like some allergic reaction. Her boss recently had this allergic reaction with chicken or something, or some type of meat, and they said she couldn't eat it anymore.
Mhm.
Like her body was rejecting it. I said, well, that's how I felt that day. My body was rejecting it.
I mean, because we're really not naturally designed to. Our digestive tracts aren't really made to process meat.
It's not, so
We
okay.
just force that.
So
We
I
just
encour-
do that. You know what I mean? That's
There's-
how we were raised to eat. Like we
Yes.
were raised on that, but that really wasn't how we were made.
No, and then if you look back in the, like, there's a lot of stuff on, the internet, Netflix, all these documentaries, people becoming a vegan or just for health reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of time, like, I didn't even know high cholesterol and all that comes from the things
The
that
food you
meat,
eat.
you
Right,
know, because
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
you have to eat meat. You have
Yeah.
to have energy. If you don't,
Bread.
yeah.
You know, it's all the shit that breaks down the sugar fucks our body up. You know what I'm
start
saying?
doing research and you're
Artificial
like, what?
sugars,
Artificial,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, all that shit
all
that
the
break
stuff
down to that
that
bullshit.
they're putting in. Because I guess, let's say if you had your own farm, I guess, and you butcher your own meat, you should be
would
good.
also, but you know
would
what
be
would be the
good.
most important? No.
No?
The most because you know what. So it's what causes the animals on farms to be fucked up.
What? The stuff they put in? Because I mean,
So you not only do you have to have your own farm, for the animals to be good, you gotta properly treat your land.
right?
Like those
Of
cows
course,
eat
of
the
course.
grass out there you put
Yeah.
out. Okay, so you can't be putting pesticides in your grass that your cow's supposed
That
to
is
eat.
true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Like, so it's really about how to mind, like how
Cultivate
to.
the
To
land.
put it,
Yes,
right,
you gotta know how to
right.
cultivate the land, man. You got
You
to
do.
know how to. We went from Neanderthalic to, so from hunters and gatherers to agriculture to growers and farmers, to fishers and farmers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was the natural state of man. Like, but then you still have some man, and I mean human, that is just gonna naturally gravitate toward that hunter and gatherer spirit,
Mm-hmm.
and away from that, the farmer
Mm-hmm.
spirit, right? But really, we supposed to be farmers, like grow vegetables and fruits and eat that and live off that, like
And grains and nuts.
grains and
yeah,
nuts, and that's it. Like live
That's what
off
I'm
that,
saying,
right?
What
Like,
I've been reading and learning, because a lot of people say, well, you have to have, if you don't have the right amount of protein, and most of your protein comes from, meat. But that's what we have been taught, right? But then
Yeah.
you dig in a little deeper. Like, if that's the case, I mean, cows are vegetarians.
absolutely. Most of the animals we
Gorillas
eat,
are
what do
vegetarians,
chickens
and
eat?
they're the
What
strongest
do chick-
animal.
gorillas
They are
were-
vegetarians.
don't eat no meat.
Don't eat no meat.
Yeah.
Even
So
if
if
they
they
kill
can
something,
build
even if they
muscle-
fight something and kill something, they just gonna kill you and go and move on.
Like
Like,
the biggest, strongest animals,
Don't
Don't
are
eat
plant
meat.
based? Yes.
elephants, don't
Don't
eat
eat
meat.
meat.
yeah,
They the biggest thing walking on earth.
yeah, and the smartest, the most. You know what I'm saying? They got.
But
I think
for
giraffes
years.
don't
Nice
eat meat
liver.
either.
Yeah.
I think giraffes too don't eat meat.
Yeah, giraffes don't eat
They don't
meat.
eat meat. So I mean, it's just I don't know. I'm going off of how it makes me feel.
Okay.
I like it right now. I am gonna do a challenge. I just don't know when. I've tried it for 3 days. I was like, shit, this is a little hard because you really have to prep. If I'm just eating fruits and vegetables, it's fresh. And of course, like doing raw vegan, you just don't cook anything. So it's
Mhm.
all fruits,
Mhm.
vegetables, nuts. So
As
you
I
can
sit
have
here
the salad. You
Sip my smoothie.
Yeah.
you can have
I'm proud of you though.
smoothies.
You on day what?
You could-
25?
25 like
That's what I'm saying, my man. You know what I'm saying? Say, rubbing on this shit. You know what I'm saying? In the
Day
gym.
25. You haven't skipped no.
No, I took.
You take your-
I take a day off.
Off
You know,
Okay.
we usually
Okay.
every week. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
I still go. Yeah, they're my days that I've been.
But you
in the
mean
gym.
just starting going to the gym on a consistent
Yes,
basis.
yes.
And you've never done that before. Or
Yeah, I
have
have.
you? You have?
Yeah,
You have?
yeah.
Not recently.
Right,
Not
that's what
really.
you're right.
Gotcha.
You
Yeah.
jumping
So
back
that's a
into
new-
the swing. Yeah.
How do you
yeah.
like it?
I love it.
Good.
Actually, I love it, man. Cause, yesterday wasn't yesterday. Last day I went to the gym. I think it was Friday.
Mhm.
I was like, damn, I really don't want to go, but I'm in this thing anyway. I gotta go. Go on that thing, and I'm on a treadmill, and I just felt this like a rush of good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And before I knew, I was on the treadmill. I'm walking.
Got some music in your ear and shit?
No, I had no music.
Oh, wow.
What?
I had no music. It's just the music in the gym,
Okay, so you
and the TVs,
you tuned in on something.
and I just started smiling.
Yeah.
Like I'm on the gym, I'm sweating and huffing. I'm just like,
Getting at it.
Because your mental is, your mindset
Man,
is
that's what
there.
people don't understand.
Yeah.
Like,
Mindset
that's
is
what I used to
there.
tell. I'm
you
telling
know
you.
what? One thing that really fucked me up, man. I was in the store and I was looking for me a drink. I was like, man, I need something. I wanted something with some flavor, but I didn't want like a soda.
Soda or
And man, I'm grabbing different drinks and I'm looking at the back. I'm looking at the nutrition facts
what?
and the sugar levels.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Even with the diet and the whatever
Yeah, the
low
diet drink.
sugar,
I
whatever.
don't even look at
diet
them
drink.
drinks.
Yep.
Cause
yep.
them, I'm like, nope, that's gonna taste like shit. I don't want that. Plus, it's got fake sugar in it. I don't want nothing fake.
I think that's. To be honest with y'all, I think that's the biggest natural thing the easiest thing for me to do that had the biggest impact. That was just natural for me. Like it didn't
You
hurt.
removed something.
Sugar.
Yeah.
Like once I knew what all broke down to sugar, like
Yeah.
artificial sugar. Once I started to learn more about it, like I knew about candies and sodas. Then I knew about bread. When I learned about bread, I said,
Yeah.
bread.
Yeah.
You know what's bread? But I don't mind. Like I went to Subway earlier and I didn't get a sandwich. I told them to make this sandwich and put it in a bowl.
Yeah.
I don't need the bread, bro.
Yeah.
I don't need the bread. I don't need it.
Yeah.
Or there's certain breads you can that has like the grainy, the wheat, or to
It's
remove
still
all that.
gonna, it ain't gonna remove it.
it's
It's still
right.
gonna break down the sugar.
Just sugar, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I don't need the bread.
Yeah.
Period. Right? So it wasn't even difficult. Like certain things it wasn't like a big ass life change for me, right? So a lot of my journey with physical fitness and health is just shit that I was just gonna do. Like I like walnuts. I like them. Genuinely like almonds. I like, you know what I mean?
You can make meat out of walnuts.
See, I wouldn't even fuck that though. You see what I'm saying? I ain't there yet. Guys, he's still working on me. He's still working on me. If it's for
I have
me
to
to be
cook for y'all. Just bring it and be
vegeta-
like, eat this.
Yeah.
Taste
Yeah.
it first.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, that's all plant-based. You could be like,
Yes,
what?
I'm gonna be
What?
like, damn, hey, where they got y'all? Where y'all at? Because this is what I'm saying. Like, I was gonna ask you that. How does your walk of life, the vegetarian life, affect? If it does, and how does it affect your dating life? Like, would you want to date a man that's not a vegetarian?
No, yes. He doesn't have to be a vegetarian. I mean,
Why not though?
I mean, well, because it's his choice, his life. You know, it's what he
Okay.
wants. Because I mean, I know people, vegetarian husbands not, or
So
you know,
you would still
vegan.
cook with meat for your husband and then make it, or he
I
gotta find his
can,
own.
I can.
I
I
mean-
mean, cause yeah, I know how to cook. I'm just like,
You
you gonna have to
absolutely
taste it.
do.
Tell me what else does it need.
Hey.
You know what I mean? You need some more stuff. Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't.
'cause you don't.
But I think I will say people I've dated. Again, I'm newly to vegetarian. But you know, someone that has my attention too, he doesn't eat meat every day either, because
Ah, cool.
you know. So, but it's not gonna. I'm not gonna be that person. Oh, you shouldn't eat that.
Yeah.
You know, that's your choice. It's your body.
It is,
You
but
know?
this is what I'm saying. If right, it's not about judging them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about that. That's not what I was saying. Was would you? I guess you know you could look at it that way, but I was asking that to see.
Will be difficult for me, maybe.
Would it be easier? Like, because now I'm with someone who I know or who I feel comfortable with the way they should feel comfortable with. The same thing as far as like the health issues won't come from what we put in our body.
Sure.
So if I love him or if I love her, like this is my partner, we gonna be around for a while unless some other shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
he not blatantly killing himself and I'm not blatantly killing my, like, she not putting in just constant, like, you know, because we know that health, the way
It
we eat
does.
matters.
It does.
Do you want, that's what I'm saying, so how does that not affect
Well, like
your,
it hasn't yet. You know, I haven't.
because I need a woman that's gonna work out. I know that. Like, you don't have, or eat healthy. Like, it's gonna be
Right.
one or two.
Or one or the
Either
other,
she gonna
yeah.
prep and eat very good, way better than
Yeah.
me, because she don't work out. She don't work out. She just do a normal thing, do a wild whatever. I work out, right, and I don't eat the best.
But
So then
sometimes
we gonna
when you're
offset
with
each other.
someone and they see that, sometimes it naturally
Gravitates towards
yes.
that, yeah.
So like
Yes.
with me with the
Yes.
food, like that's just like me saying, well, I'm not gonna date him because he doesn't make this amount of money. He doesn't make the. Oh, he's not a vegetarian. Like it's just this list.
It is a press, right?
It
a
is,
preference.
but I mean,
Yeah, not
it-
today. That is
That's
heavy.
not
That's
a show.
hard.
Yeah.
This
I like-
thing,
I'm
give
not
this
gonna-
person
oh,
a shot. This
you
would be a
got all-
great guy for me, right?
you check all the
great-
boxes, but you are not a vegetarian.
Yeah.
So nah.
Yeah,
You
that's a
used
lot,
to eating
right?
steak and eggs
You're
for
right.
breakfast.
Right.
Go in love
I
with
mean,
it.
I definitely would want someone who, especially like with him, doesn't eat meat all the time, doesn't eat dairy, kind of watches. So I'm like, okay, kind of have that, you know, mindset. I've met people where they're like, you know, I really want to be a vegetarian. I don't know where to start. I mean, hell, I don't even know everything.
Right.
I'm new to it. But no, I don't think it will interfere, and again, it hasn't. I just think I would just share my knowledge if you want to know what I've been learning, because I'm new to it. There's so much stuff out there that you can learn, and again, it's just interesting to me. You know, I can just change, like, you know what, I want a chicken sandwich, and just go eat a chicken sandwich, you know. But I just right now, I like the way it's making me feel. So since I like that, I'm trying to learn more about different like foods, and there's so many different things out there. Like, I didn't know anything about jackfruit, and so when I started looking how they were preparing it, I'm like, it looks just like chicken. Or I didn't know about, you know, oyster mushrooms, or the benefit of mushrooms, lion's mane mushrooms, you know, frying well, they call it frying chicken, but it looks like a piece of chicken. And even when you open, shreds like a chicken. But I think it's all about the flavor, the seasoning, and texture too, of course.
Yeah.
So it's making me like, ooh, I want to try that. I want to try jackfruit. I want to try, like I told you with the walnuts, which I thought was weird because some plant-based stuff is processed, and processed food is not good for you, right?
Right.
So it's like, okay, I'm eating this, but it still has a lot of, all these
Artificial
stuff in
there.
it. Man, I saw this recipe and looks like freaking ground meat, and it's with walnuts and mushrooms. And I was
Okay.
like, you soak the walnuts and you kind of use a food processor.
You have tried it yet?
No, I haven't tried it yet.
Okay, so
I
go
want
on and knock that
to.
out.
I
Yeah,
am.
knock it out,
But
man.
to make it, it's easy. It's
Alright,
just
but you
that.
got the food
season.
processor and stuff?
I just need to get a food processor.
Okay.
I have made burgers out of beans.
Did you? And was it
Yeah.
good?
It was
It was
good.
ama-
It was good. It wasn't. I don't know if my consistency was
Black beans?
as the same. Yeah,
Black beans?
as the same as a burger patty,
Mhm.
but I seasoned it. You know what I'm saying, to be tasting like a burger.
I think
patty.
it's all about the seasoning.
Yeah,
I
and
really do.
They actually came out pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Because I made quite a few of them, so I was eating them for like 3-4 days.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I just replaced that with a burger. You know what I'm saying? Replaced the bean for a burger, and shit, I was eating burgers. You know what I'm saying? At bean burgers.
Yeah.
So
You know what I'm
Jason,
saying?
with your journey are you adjusting certain things that you eat also?
Yeah,
You are?
yeah. Like I have cut down tremendously on the sugar.
That's I mean,
The
if you
major
just
key
remove
about
that,
bro, the
that's
major
a
key
huge
about
one.
that is this. What I would suggest: find you, and they got on Google or something. I think she sent me some shit one time. You gotta see the list of because it's some shit that you'll be surprised will break down to sugar.
Yeah,
See the list of sugar,
Yeah.
like have that
Refined
list somewhere where you
sugar,
can
yeah.
see it. Like okay, so all this shit break down to fake ass sugar, fam. Good sugar is like fruits. Fruits is great
Yeah,
sugar,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it ain't
yeah.
like your body. Our body needs sugar, right?
Yes.
It needs glucose.
Yeah.
well, what I'm saying when I say I cut back on the sugar, I mean the stuff like sodas,
That's a big one though.
sweets,
It is
like
a big
That's
one.
the
candies, and you know what I'm saying. But like we just went to
snacky things.
right, like we went to Benihana's yesterday for my niece's 21st birthday. Shout out Landon.
Shout out Happy New
Happy-
Year. Belated New Year.
Yeah, 21st birthday.
Yeah.
Do your
happy
thing, mama.
birthday.
And they sit around, they made some cupcakes. And it's chocolate. Lord knows I love chocolate. You know what I'm saying? Like chocolate cake, that's my shit. But I was like, fuck it. I had one because I'm like,
But there's
right, I'm not gonna deprive myself
Correct.
totally of my life.
Correct,
You know what I'm saying?
correct.
Because I like
Moderation.
So I had one there, and then I fucked up last night after we came back from the fight, and I had another one. So I was like, shit, you know, it's gonna be times like that. I'm gonna fuck
Until
up,
it's not.
you're not.
but
Until
You
it's not.
gotta.
right until
Right.
it's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it ain't gonna lie. Ain't
You know
gonna,
what I'm
don't be,
saying? So look.
don't pardon yourself like that. It
So
ain't gonna
look.
always be times like
I
that.
say two. I had 2 cupcakes in the last 30 days.
Oh,
That's huge.
good.
That's
Okay,
the-
now that's a great account. Hell
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's proper.
Especially if you know, like, okay, if I wasn't on this journey,
Yeah.
how many Kit Kat can I
Yeah,
have? You know what I mean?
shit, I
Yeah.
just thought about
Especially if
throwing
you
them
like
all.
chocolate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
See?
saying?
Yeah.
So then I did that. I cut back tremendous amount of fried foods.
Yeah.
So like, I've been really just watching, being more conscious of what I'm eating.
Baby steps.
So if I'm eating meat, I make sure it's grilled. You know what I'm saying, or smoked, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been eating tuna.
No, boy. So that's what I was just about to say. So, and I think people focus too much on trying to limit, like thinking of it. The mentality matters. Like, so if you like, and I'm gonna have to stop doing this, stop doing this, stop doing this, stop. And when it's really about finding other stuff that you like, that's healthy. So that way you ain't thinking about that you not
It doesn't
doing
have to be
this stuff.
boring. Yeah,
right. It's
it's
that I'm
it's
doing
not
this
boring.
stuff and I like this too.
And it
Like,
takes- yeah.
I ain't even thinking about
That other shit
man,
though.
ain't no burger in 6 months, fool. And I
Right.
used to eat burgers,
And you
bro.
wanted a burger, you're like, I'm gonna make a black that
Right, 'cause
big
I've
burger
been
like,
right?
yeah.
So to cut out sodas, what I've been doing was
Fruit water. I remember you
I
said
juice
that.
and watermelon.
Yep.
I got a Ninja.
Put
I
some
just-
lime in it.
Just drop me a few pieces off in there.
Mint.
Grind
Oh,
it up. You know what I'm talking about? And I look
Oh, I
at
know. Yeah,
I look
know.
at it and I be like, okay, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Put a couple more pieces in there. Boom. And then what I did was, I was doing some research on watermelons.
Mm-hmm.
I cut up the rinds,
Yep.
skin them, blend those down.
Yep.
I would just
It's good
drink
for
that
you.
straight, or I would mix it in with the watermelon juice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, so that way I'm getting the whole
Yeah,
watermelon.
yeah.
It like I told you for breakfast one day. I cut a watermelon in half and I ate the half a watermelon for breakfast.
Mm.
Full.
And see, I
not
wouldn't eat-
good.
I even-
Just
I even stopped eating breakfast per se. I don't eat until like 12, 1 o'clock.
What do you do? What is it called? In a minute.
Intermittent fasting. Yeah.
It's good.
So you know, I don't eat until like.
I don't be
12, 1
trying to
o'clock.
do that shit, but I do that shit. So I ain't gonna say it's
I don't
fasting,
try
'cause I'm
either,
gonna still
yeah.
eat 3
I'm
times
not
a
a-
day, regardless of when breakfast comes.
Yeah,
So
see, I
breakfast
don't.
can come. That'll happen to me. I've been got caught up in my work day, and breakfast will come at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock,
See, I eat like
I'm gonna eat
and then I'm
breakfast
still
on
gonna
the
have a
weekend.
lunch.
Most-
About by the time I get out, I'm gonna have lunch.
at the most I'm doing
I'm
like
having
2
dinner
meals.
later still.
2 meals a day. You know what I'm saying?
See when
And
you're
then
hungry.
yeah, like
You know
when
what I
I'm
mean?
hungry.
You just see when
and
you're
that's
hungry.
and that's how it works.
Yeah,
like
to see when you're hungry.
would that be like 2 meals I would eat? I won't eat before 12, and I don't eat after 7.
I'm gonna cook for y'all.
know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
make
saying?
some
That's
just
what
so
we
you
saying.
can just
Yeah,
try it because
yeah.
Come on
I
with it.
love.
Yeah, because I'm
I
tired of
love
seeing it on
cooking.
social media.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, she always put these pictures up.
Well,
She
because
sending me
sometimes I be
pictures, like,
shocking myself.
Man.
I'm like, oh, you did that. Let's just go.
Yeah,
get that.
Just fresh
I
fruit,
shocked
fresh
Another one in
vegetables,
there.
man. It just, man, you could tell, man. And so what you said about mushrooms is major, because
I've been reading about that.
Yeah,
so
mushrooms
I
are
didn't
major
know. Yeah, they have so many benefits.
Yeah, you can do so much with them too. They,
Yes.
Yeah, so much
many
with 'em.
things. It's like a meaty, and so I'm like, oh, I mean, I would have never thought about frying mushrooms, but they have so many different kind, like oyster mushrooms. You know, they're saying they're good to fry. I don't do fry. I can't fry no way. So that's probably why I haven't
Why?
really.
Oh, that's just not your strong suit.
It's
Fine,
not.
okay.
Yeah, I remember when I was eating meat, I'm like, why isn't
You don't fry
not
chicken.
done
you
in
don't
the
fry,
middle?
Yeah.
Why is it? My mom used to say, Zari, it is on the temperature. It's just still not. I could probably fry those little.
The wing.
Yeah, because I know if they float to the top,
That's
then
done.
you
That's
should
done.
be good,
You're
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But anything else,
Yeah.
I cannot.
Damn.
do it.
And see,
Damn.
like,
I
last
never
week,
tried to master that.
last week
Good.
was my
That's good.
birthday, so we had went to
I saw that. Where'd you go?
we went to YO Ranch Steakhouse
See?
in
That was
in
a
the West
big
End.
bone. I wish. Did you
T-bone.
take a picture of it before?
Nah, that's what
I wanted to see that.
What kind of
Yeah,
guy?
why
Don't
did you
do that,
take
bro.
a before
I do.
picture?
Look, I'm gonna
He
tell
showed us
y'all
the
why.
bone.
Right.
We're
I'm
like,
gonna tell y'all
we're
why.
like, where's the? We wanted
Look,
to see.
When it
I
came
was
out
24 hours
without eating. 'cause
Without
you
eating.
prepared, yeah, that
'Cause
was-
you-
because I was waiting.
you
I
knew.
knew I was gonna go in there and have the
Okay.
damn food.
Okay.
So I got steak. It was a 28-ounce tomahawk steak.
20 fucking
I
8
want-
ounces. 28 ounces.
28 ounces.
Woo.
I ate, and I had a fried lobster tail.
Yeah.
I ate half of the steak
Okay.
All
and one
of it.
lobster
I
tail.
know you're gonna eat the lobster tail.
It was 2 lobster tails.
Oh.
I had
We're
one
like,
lobster
oh.
tail and half of the steak. I was done.
And you took it back to the
I
crib.
was.
That was to my yes to me.
Cash me out, Jack. I was
Yeah.
done.
How did it make you feel since you've been kind of eating clean or changing?
I felt good
But
because
still, because you didn't eat the whole.
right, because I didn't eat the whole thing. I was
Makes sense,
proud
makes
of
sense.
myself. You know,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
nigga, you always didn't sit here and try to eat all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I would have been like, nigga,
Whatever. Yeah.
I'm eating this.
How'd
Right?
you have your steak prepared?
Medium well.
Okay.
See, I'm not. I never really was a beef red meat eater.
Yeah.
And if I did, it was always well done until I tried the medium well
Mhm,
before.
mhm.
at Nick and Sam's.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Nick and
oh.
Sam's.
I can do medium. To
I
this
was like,
point. I'm at the
okay.
point where I can do medium or medium well.
Yeah.
If it's, I don't want well done. See, well done is the up.
Well, I
for me.
didn't know but
Right,
at
that's
that
the up.
time.
It's like,
'Cause,
ugh, bro, ain't nothing good about that steak no more.
It's
You
true
cooked
now.
every good and all the nutrients that was supposed to.
That waiter looked
You
at me
done
and
cooked
was
it
like,
all
you
it
want
out. You
what?
done cooked it all out.
He's like,
And
you
now
want-
it's just all bad. You process it's meat, so it's
Yeah.
already hard. It's tough to digest.
Yep,
Now it's
yep.
tough meat because you done made it chewy because you done overcooked it.
Yep.
And you don't
That
got
was
no.
me.
It don't got no nutrients in it, and so you just over seasoning it to make it taste like something.
Yeah.
Right? Because the actual taste ain't there because you cooked it out of it. You
Yeah.
overcooked it. When it's well done, you've overcooked the
All you
taste
did
of the
is
steak
season it
out.
out.
So now you just cooking what the hell you put on there.
Yeah.
Which that's gonna give you goddamn. That's why your blood pressure should be shooting up because it's high blood. You put out steak,
All
stuff,
sauce and all
all
that.
these seasonings. You know what I'm saying?
Fingers
To where
be all
really none of the
swollen.
flavor is coming from the fucking steak.
And that's what led me to say, like all these drinks that I was looking at in the store, I was grabbing the drinks and looking at the back, and I was like,
'Cause you
48 grams of
Oh,
sugar,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you better know
Yeah.
that.
36
Okay,
grams,
you better know that. You better
52
know-
grams, 84 grams. Like what? This is sugar and water.
Yeah, you better
I was
know it.
like, only thing that's left in here is water.
You better know it.
But I found this one drink, and it was all natural, no sugars, no fake sugar, nothing, no added sugar, nothing.
what?
And I forget, I think it was called like Bio Steel or Bio Drink, something like that.
Did
I
it have
remember-
that old sparkly taste like that?
Dude, I was
sizzle?
to ask you.
It was non-carbonated.
Okay, cause
It was a straight juice.
you like carbonated shit like that?
Sparkling
I don't-
water?
Yeah, it's carbonated.
Yeah, like a Topo Chico.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Why?
I like it.
Why?
But some people too that come off from drinking soda
Sodas,
though,
okay.
that is really good because like at first I was like sparkling water, and I never really was a heavy soda drinker,
Right.
but you know sometimes you want that fizz,
Yeah.
right? You want that carbonation. I
Like the
love
burp.
sparkling water.
Yeah.
There's so many different kinds now,
Yeah.
but I don't. And they're like, I get it. A lot of people are like, it doesn't have like a flavor. That's all you need is a little hint.
Well, I love
Look,
water, so it's,
if
the
you
water's
get
my
one-
You
favorite.
just don't like the
fucking drink.
carbonation.
I don't.
Hey.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
You know how you order a margarita and it's dressed like you got the salt and the lime.
Mhm.
Try Topo Chico dressed
With salt and lime.
on the rim. I'm telling you,
I guess you don't like the carbonation.
fucking life
I
changing.
don't. I done had a Topo Chico too, and I'll drink. If they there, I'm gonna drink it, right?
Yeah.
But would
Try
I,
it.
would I ask for one?
Yeah, like next
No.
time we go to a Mexican
No.
restaurant,
I just drink me some tap water. Man.
Yeah.
What's nice enough, man? But, like it is what it is. I'm a water guy. Like I drink water or beer. Like those are my most consumed things. Period for probably
Do
the
you like
last.
infused water? Like you put some fruit, mint, basil.
If it's some natural real shit,
No,
yes. So
yeah.
yeah. I'll make a smoothie, right? Like, but yeah, I love you got some watermelon with some pineapples at the bottom with some mint or some kiwi. You can just flavor. Like cut up, chopped up, just in there. You know what I'm saying? Not blended, just chopped
No,
up. And just
yeah.
put it in. Hell yeah, I love that.
I love cucumber
Hell
water.
yeah. So it ain't no
Mint
better
water.
one. That's when you get to that H3O, right? That's when we talking about the actual water that is best for us, right?
Yeah.
H2O is cool to keep us alive.
Yeah.
H3O is best, right? And so fruit, the water that we get from fruits contains this
watermelon, the
H3O.
high alkaline,
H3O, yeah,
yeah.
it's high alkaline, yeah.
Yep.
So that's what we want, right? So nah, man, I you know, carbonation, I don't know, I just ain't never.
speaking of
I
water,
see.
y'all hold on, I go get me some water.
Yeah, release.
Bring us some water.
I got you.
Oh, you brought some?
No, it's see if it's some in there.
It ain't none in there.
Oh shit.
That's what I would have had. Yeah. But
I would have brought us some water.
Subway is open.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna go over
Yeah, there ain't no water. It was something in there last night. I think that's all I was drinking actually.
Was water?
Yeah, I had one shot and a beer when I seen it. It wasn't no way my
What
boy
kind of
could-
beer you like?
would win. I like craft beers. So this is Manhattan Project double half-life IPA. It's like craft beers typically taste better
Look at Jason.
and have
Was that a Celsius?
Yeah,
I don't think
Higher-
Celsius are good
higher,
for you either.
yeah, ain't nothing happening.
He was like, I was like, look at Jason. He's like looking at. I'm gonna look at this.
I'm trying to
higher quality of.
But that's cool.
High quality beer.
About
Do you
this.
like dark beer?
Sometimes,
Like
yeah. What, like what?
Like dark beer. Just
Oh yeah, I do. Like brown, really dark ale. Yeah. So like porters so beer. What I noticed, so drinking with my partners, I kind of got on this beer journey because at first we just drunk beers, right?
just whatever.
And so I had acquired the taste because actually beer was nasty at first. And then you drink so many of them, it's like, okay, now you got a palate for it, right? But then my partners, Kelsey and them, they kind of opened me up to like craft beer. And those do
fancy.
you say fancy, they just have an actual taste. So then I was able to taste.
I think it's fancy, like versus, Bud Light or so, you know what I mean? Coors or whatever.
Even
I don't
imports
like
like Corona, I don't care what you
yeah,
think.
yeah.
All those just commercial. Craft beers is a catered beer to the taste and to the flavor. So yeah, that's a little different. They ain't got different alcohol.
We're out of water.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But so off that, because I drink. I like craft
Your
beer.
beer. Okay.
I want to ask you something anyway, because
Shoot.
before we done lost all too much time. You single, right?
I am.
But you dating.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how does right now, like how is that going for you? Being successful, a successful woman in this society, right?
Mm-hmm.
What prevents you from what's been your stopping you from settling down, finding why hadn't you found the right guy? Or I don't know how to.
So basically, why are you single?
Kinda. I mean, you cook, right? Like you successful.
What's
you know
wrong
what I'm
with you?
I ain't asking you that. No. That is not what I'm saying.
Sure.
In a roundabout way. No.
I think that's what
It's not.
What do you think, Jason?
It's what's wrong with the men in your eyes.
I need to put my shades on.
What's wrong what's wrong? Well, I mean, or even because it don't necessarily have to be nothing wrong.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to assume
I think
that. I wouldn't
it's
say
a
that.
combination.
Okay.
Yes, I've been single for a minute.
Okay.
I think part of it, I didn't make myself available.
For
a while,
Okay.
just doing my own thing. Really didn't want to invest the time. Wasn't looking.
Mhm.
Then when I was ready and trying to get my feet wet, I don't want to say I don't blame it on the man. I think it's a combination of things. I think at one point when I was really looking, which I don't think is good for me.
Yeah, that's not the
you know what I
natural
mean?
order, though.
And then you meet someone, and then you're thinking in your head. I mean, you know how us women can be. All right,
I
like
don't know.
him.
That's
Okay.
why you heard. You
I
tell me how
like
y'all can be.
him. He's checking out all the boxes. I'm gonna give him about a good 90 days. Good to see how that kind of
put
works.
restraints on.
You know,
That's Steve Harvey.
Right. And then you start, it's like almost sometimes you find out, you're trying to look for the things that's wrong. It's like it just comes out naturally. So tried that definitely did not work. And then sometimes I just met people, we're just not on the same path. Our vision wasn't the same. So, and that's okay. I feel like some men that I've met, we're still good friends today. There's a time where I wasn't making the time either, so that falls on me, or vice versa. That person wasn't making the time, that person wasn't consistent, I was the only one who was consistent. So I think in my journey, what I'm trying to say, I don't have a big long list of what I'm looking for. The thing is, I'm not looking. It's like I kind of want it
Organic.
Yes.
Yeah. No, okay, so I get that.
Yeah, if it happens, and that's
So
change.
but what does that mean to you? Because see, to me, organic means if I focus on working on me and the areas of improvement that I feel I need, or just achieving the goals that I need to be, or locking in on what I need to be doing, then along me doing that is when the right people just organically, I'm going to just attract what's supposed to be around.
Correct.
Is that how you? Is that what you saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know because everybody will use. People use it toxic or organic. All these terms that they kind of threw around.
Yeah.
But
like I'm not on any dating.
Don't...
I'm not on any dating websites.
Okay,
or I'm not
right.
on any I want to go out to see whose number I can get.
You on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook.
You
That's
on
no. Well, I know what I'm saying. Well, that's how I've met some men through
Oh, you have?
DMs. Through Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's why I'm not looking for gosh, I'm 43, not married. I want to be married in this time for no. I'm not doing that anymore. If I get married,
that was a goal at one point.
That was a goal at one point.
Okay.
If I get married, great. If I don't, great. I'm okay either way. I just want to have a partner, companion where I'm okay with adjusting my routine. There's some of the individuals I've met where I have adjusted my routine. There's some that I've met where I'm like, I know this is not going to be anything. So then out of every experience, there's always a learning opportunity. Like people tell me sometimes I don't listen or I get upset.
Damn, I wonder how many women hear that.
Well, no, what, Zeri, you're, like I told you before, there's a guy that had a problem with my
Why don't y'all
career.
listen though, for real?
We're
Like in the
hard-headed.
relationships, like in somebody. This was confusing, right? This wasn't confusing. This wasn't confusing to me.
hard-headed.
This wasn't confusing. I know. Ooh, I don't want to do, but
We're hard-headed.
because it just doesn't seem like to fit the expectation of what you want from the guy.
Some do.
The type of guy that you want.
Yeah.
If you coming into it knowing that you hard to hear, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna say, well, now it depends on who it is. He can talk to me, then he can talk to me. If he can't talk to me, then he can't talk to me.
Hold up.
Like you can have that type of mentality.
I'm gonna tell you what
That's
I
cool.
know from the married man perspective, because
Yes.
my wife and I go through this same
No, you're good. You're
shit.
good.
I would tell her something. She will go about it like she never heard me say a damn thing about it.
Because we're emotional.
Right?
We be in our feelings.
But then, and I say, hey, don't do that because A, B, and C gonna happen. I'm trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She go and do it anyway. A, B, and C happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting back there like, I told you that. But I ain't saying nothing. I'm just looking. I got that I told you that look on my face.
Yeah.
She don't want to look at me because she already know how I'm looking like.
Yeah, you told us already. Shoot.
Then she be like, man, I guess the nigga knew what he was talking about.
Right.
Like, why wouldn't you just trust me on
But how
that?
many damn times do that happen? Like, when is you gonna actually stop letting yourself continue? Like, you
Well,
gonna
look.
keep, I know women that keep bumping their head in relationships.
look,
when
if
they
they
marry each
homegirl-
other. And
if
it ain't
they
even like no
homegirl
break
tell
up
them-
shit all the time. It's just like certain things that, okay, your man done told you, don't do it, or do it this way. And now you keep trying to force this other way that's not the way that he done advised you to do it.
Well,
and your
that's
results
someone
ain't
who's
coming.
just being, not being receptive for whatever reason. All women are not like that.
No.
There's some that
It may not be repeatedly the same thing. I'm
but
saying
if
different
I want
things where you
peace,
gotta.
I think, and I've been that person. You know what I mean? But now it's more of, I just don't want anything to disturb my peace. We can have difficult conversations. I don't have a problem with a man checking me because it's gonna happen sometimes. It's just making sure that the delivery is on point. But it's all about peace. It's all about use your words. There's a lot of people just do not know how to use their words. And hey, I'm one of them too sometimes. Like when I'm upset, even now,
Emotions.
when I'm upset, I need time because I have a sharp tongue and I know I can say some shit and I won't regret it.
I'm like that too.
You know what I'm saying? I won't regret it, but I know that I have like, damn, Zeri, you've hurt that person's, and then I have that I don't care attitude as well. So sometimes I need time, like, okay, Zeri, collect your thoughts, breathe, take a breather, then let me communicate with you. Yes, I feel like I'm being selfish because it's on my own terms, and the other person may be like, I want to talk to you now. Like, I don't want it to, prolong, but I know me. I need to reset so I can gather my thoughts.
Yeah.
Because what's going to come out is no taking back.
But if it's your truth, so
It is my truth, but sometimes you have to, especially if I care about the person, I want to be mindful of what I'm going to say.
so then how long?
like-
Okay, so
And
then,
how
but then,
and how
so
to
then,
say
but
it.
then
If
also,
I didn't give a shit,
so but
then,
then also,
you know.
if you do care about the person, then it can't just take like, bro, we gotta get this shit out the way. I can't just leave them. If I care about the person,
No, of
and I
course,
really
of
feel like
course.
I ain't finna wait. I need some time, but bro, it ain't gonna be no month.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I do
Well,
need
it
some
depends
time. Let
on
me
your
get myself
mental-
together.
You
But
mean
if
I
I care
want
about
things
you,
on
you
your-
deserve some type of clarity. 30 days
You
is
do.
a long time to make somebody
Well-
wait. I mean, if you feel, I'm saying if
No,
if you
no.
care about them, like
I
'cause
do,
what
I
I'm
do.
saying is what I'm saying is if it was reversed,
Yeah.
give out what you want. So if it was
Right.
reversed and 30 days wouldn't matter to you,
Yeah, it wouldn't.
if that's
Or
the
if
case.
it, yeah. No, it wouldn't matter to me.
Right, if it wasn't reversed, I don't
Oh,
know what
I
you're talking. I'm
see,
saying
I
if you have to say, how would I feel if I were in their shoes, they were in my shoes? Like, how would you know what I mean?
And see, and that's the
I think it's
part.
not enough of that goes on in relationships, and that's where things fail because people get so caught up in themselves,
Correct.
right? To where, well, to keep a relationship healthy, you have to care really about the other fucking person.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
You.
what it's all about.
You do.
you know what I'm
You have
saying?
to.
And to be a healthy relationship, the other person, they have to feel, y'all have to agree on that. Like, we both care about each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
To where
It's always a two-way street.
man,
Yeah.
that alone should allow you and the other party to check themselves at the times where maybe exchanges have got heated or
Right,
things ain't
right.
going where we're not in agreement.
Right.
Like there's still somebody I care about, right? Like
Yeah.
A relationship, I wouldn't wait that long. I've done this with friends. I've waited
that's still a
long.
relationship. That's why
I
I
know. So that's what
specifically
I'm
said a
saying,
relationship. Right. I ain't
I've
talking
done
about
that
romantic
where
or
I'm like, I need to really, especially if I'm not in the right mindset or mind space. There's a point in time where, I removed myself from social media for 3 months. Deactivate all my accounts because I just want to focus on Zeri. My mind, I was in a weird place, not a negative place, but in a weird place where I just did not want to be bothered. I went to work and I came home.
This your life.
And, and I'm like, Zeri, why do you do certain things? Why are you so quick to cut people
So the
off?
shadow work.
Why
Yeah.
are you
Yeah.
don't care? Because, if
That's
someone's
the
like,
truth, yeah.
well, Zeri, if you did X, Y, and Z, and if you're not going to change, I'm like, all right, well, I'm not. And that's not a good thing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
That's not a
tough,
good
yeah.
thing. So I feel like as I'm learning through this single journey, and
Mhm.
I like it when people are transparent and tell me straight up, because I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. And then I can learn from it. How am I going to move differently? It's hard when someone is telling you what they see, how they perceive you, and you're just like, wait, I'm not that way, but that's how they
If they
perceive
but
you.
the-
You
and
know
then-
what I'm
so
saying?
this
So
is
you have
true.
to be respectful. It's like, thanks,
It
Eric.
what you have to at least do is say, are they lying?
Well, yeah,
you know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying,
true,
right?
yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
a lot of times we reject, I ain't gonna say we. I mean, I've done it before, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Where people, right? Like a lot of where someone is telling us what they are perceiving that we're giving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then since we don't view ourselves like that, oh, I ain't doing that. Even though yes, they're telling you yes, you are
do.
doing it. You
Yeah.
just did this. Like
You have to
just
be-
said that.
you
Like
have to be
just
open
did
to
this.
it.
You just
You
and
have
so
to be open to it.
it's like man, and that takes some growth,
Yeah, it does. Because I used to get defensive.
and that's what happens.
And I'm
most
like,
of the
nope.
time.
That is
And then the
it is
deflection
true.
gonna
Yeah.
come after that. Nah, it wasn't that. This what happened. It's because you and
See, and I had this similar situation happen with somebody that's real close to me, like family. So he said something to me under a situation. I was like, I don't feel like that was the right time, or you even came at me right.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to tell him in that same instance, that's how what you said was perceived.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that's on me. But what was said was on you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just say that right there to you, like, you know what I'm saying? I see where, you know, it may not be.
I gave it more energy than the way you meant it.
Right.
But this is what you said.
Right. That may, what you were saying may not have even meant to come across like that.
way.
But
Right.
that's how it came across. And that's on
You
me for
received
taking
it that way.
Yeah.
Right.
You received
You know
it
what I'm
that
saying?
way.
That's on me. Perception is all on me. But
Yes.
we cool, you know what I'm talking about? I'm letting you know where I stand. But this is what I'm gonna need from you from here on out. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
If you
So
need
I don't
something
never,
from
we
me,
don't cross this no more.
Right,
Yeah,
you
so we
feel
don't-
me? You know what I'm
it ain't
saying?
like
So-
how that felt.
Right.
I got you.
So, and we rocking like cut off stockings since then, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just always the type of person, hey, if you did something wrong, or I feel like you did something that was wrong, something that rubbed me the wrong way, I gotta tell you. Because I don't want you to keep doing it.
Nah, straight up.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
Because if you keep doing
if
it,
I care about the relationship,
Right.
Even if I don't care about the relationship necessarily, you going to know how to treat me.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
And
I
then
think that's
if you
important.
fall out of line on that again, whether I care for the relationship or I do not, you have allowed me to make whatever decision I'm gonna make because you did it twice. Like I tricked you the first time. Told you, say, don't call
And
me.
you now
Don't talk to me like that.
I feel like it's
Or say,
disrespect.
baby, don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just
Yeah.
taking it as you disrespecting me.
Because I've already told you.
yeah,
I've already
yeah,
told
yeah,
you that I didn't want to be treated
unless
that
you,
way.
Unless you off the rip recognize that shit.
Yeah.
Accept accountability and have no problem eating it. Like, oh, my bad, bro.
Yeah.
My bad. Oh, baby, I didn't mean it. I know. If you catch it right
Yeah.
when you did it, you know what I mean. But if you don't care and you just keep on going
Yeah.
with it,
Oh,
and
okay.
you know
I
how
think-
you already know, right?
No,
Like, come
that
on,
makes
man.
sense.
Yeah.
So this is the thing.
That
I
I'm gonna
had-
cut you off.
You can-
No, I said that. For that, I'm gonna
I'll
cut,
cut you
off.
up. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause-
Because it's like I've already
Or
told
I'm
you. I
gonna
gave you
react.
the
Or I'm gonna
blueprint.
react either
And
way
then
because. You know, and the material level is to cut them off.
Cut 'em off.
It depends on the situation because
Right.
sometimes it deserves a reaction,
Right.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's a material level too. So
Right.
I'm not going to deny because it just depends on the scenario, right?
I think I need to do better with the time frame because, like I said, I don't have a problem having the difficult conversations or telling someone how I want to be treated. But what I mentioned earlier is, because I know I can get upset and I can say things,
Yeah.
and I need time to collect my thoughts. Sometimes I can take longer than what other people
To
anticipate.
get to that point where you're like, I don't even want to address that. shit.
And,
Like, fuck
and I
this
do
shit.
want to address, because this recently happened, with a close friend, and so that's something. But I also was going through some things too, so my energy, my vibe wasn't there to
Everything was
even
off.
have the conversation.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure I fixed me first before I did that. But I can say I think it's the length of time. I'm not that what's the word I'm trying to think? I'm not really. I'm in my emotion. Like of course, I'm a female, so I have
You have
feelings.
feelings.
But sometimes I can be very, hardcore. No,
Oh, okay.
just like not caring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, well, I don't care. And that's
Nonchalant about it.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's one thing my mom said. She said, that's worries me about you is because you don't care, and on certain things, and it's mainly to those who've treated me a certain way, and if I see that that's how you are as an individual, because it's not my job to change you, I'm just going to remove myself. You know what I'm saying? And so
Well, hold on. You said something. It's not your job to change them.
yeah.
It's not. We all got to change ourselves. But
We
this
do.
is what I will say. Like, because my partner Recipes had a quote, and I don't know where he got it from, but I heard it say it first. RPG Bud too, Long Live G Bud. He said, if I can't change the people around me, I just change the people around me. But if we're around each other, if I can't help you grow, I ain't gonna let you be
That's what I'm
around me
saying.
and not
If that
address
person's
shit.
not
Like,
willing,
don't say
what if
something
you're not
about it.
willing?
Now, yeah,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying.
Now, I can't make you do
I
it.
can't make you do
And
it.
if that's
but-
the case,
and if
then-
this is who you're gonna be,
and this gonna bother me,
I'm
I
gonna-
know this ain't for
Okay,
me to
what
be
you
around.
doing is
okay,
detrimental.
so agree.
That's
to
what I
what
mean.
I got
I
yeah,
got you. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, so then
yeah.
if you can't change people around, you just change people
I just,
around.
I'm like, especially if they're like, well, I'm not, going to change. Well, it's not my job. I'm not.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you what I am not going to do, or how you're going to treat me. And if you're going to continue, then we could just go our separate ways.
The compromise wasn't
Yeah.
there, and so
That way you don't hate me, I don't hate you. It's
Yeah.
just we're not in the same
Yeah.
energy, and
Yeah.
that's completely
That's-
fine.
it
That's
is.
cool. Do your thing.
Do your
over there.
thing, right?
I'ma
I'm gonna do
that
mine.
thing. And
No
if I
hard
see you in
feelings.
person, hey, what's up? We good? We all right, cool. And
Yeah.
I'm
I gotta
telling
keep it
you,
moving.
peace again for being single for so long. It just, you don't want nothing to disturb that. I mean, I'm not saying that I'll go into situations where that, again, you can have disagreements or whatnot. I think that's healthy for any relationship.
Do you feel like you could come off easily dismissive?
I don't think so.
Okay, then I'm confused because you just that's kind of what I took it. He was like, well, I just be like, well, that's fine. And I'm just gonna do my, so
No.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
What
like
do you
your
mean?
cut, like it sounds like you got a pretty stiff cutoff. Yeah. I just go to a place where I just don't care. Like you said.
Well, that's what I said. Those are some of the
I really
things.
just don't care.
Those
Like,
are the things that I'm
is
working
that not
on.
an easy? Well, I
Or
asked,
don't
is that not a
care.
dismissive attitude?
I mean,
Hold on, because I
I
just.
don't want to agree to.
I'm trying to understand. That's what
Be
she
fair.
I got confused.
Be
I got
You
confused.
dismiss this question.
I got a little confused because she said, "No, I'm not dismissive." And I'm like, okay, you just said you don't be current. Hold on, okay, hold on. What is dismissive?
No,
to you?
I do. Okay, I do care.
About
I care about a lot of things. It's just
what
certain.
about places and people?
Yeah, I care about places and people.
Oh, the
There's
whole
just-
noun, not just the
there's
things.
just-
right?
there's
Not
just
just the things.
certain-
Well, we got people,
there's
places,
certain
and
things I
You
don't
care about a lot of
care
things.
about.
Okay, what about the people?
There's certain things I don't care about.
Okay.
Like certain situations I don't care about.
Oh no, fair.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like if sometimes with friendships or dating and how whatever had transpired and I can't get my point across, or how someone, again, going back to how someone's going to treat me, and I don't see change in that. I don't care. I'm gonna
Yes,
I'm
that's
gonna
okay.
remove
That's it.
myself,
Okay, that's okay.
for that. I'm not walking around and I don't give a shit,
Yeah.
type of attitude.
I got you.
But I think I've probably jumped to that in certain situations a lot sooner than actually, again, sitting down, really dissecting or telling an individual
Let me
how
ask you this. I was
how
about to say,
felt.
that's what I was
You know
about
what
to just
mean?
ask you.
It's
Is
like I'm
there-
picking and choosing
Yes.
who I'm doing that with.
But still, all in all, the only good thing about your way of doing it is that if things don't meet your expectation, it seems like you quick to just, okay, well, I'm finna do something else.
And see, yes and no, but yet I don't think my expectation, and I'll use it for dating, is that much. It's the basic things,
What are those?
how I'm being treated, consistency, being able, communication, huge. Like, again, if you have a problem, speak on it, delivery, certain times or in the past, it's always that combativeness or someone just being the delivery where I shut down, because we're two adults and I don't need anyone talking to me like I'm their child. You know what I mean? But I don't, how do you treat people? I look at those things. So those are
Let me ask you this.
Because
how
ask her
do-
something, because I got something to ask. You said some interesting things, and I'm happy to hear because it opens
Because
up.
I have been hearing this term thrown around a lot lately.
Term.
Consistency.
Oh.
It's a two-way street. One
Yeah.
side, one
It's
way
consistency.
side.
Okay, so when you're speaking on, when you say consistency, and like say for instance, we're speaking on
Like dating in the beginning, maybe.
dating
Okay.
and how often he contacts you.
No, I don't look at that. Like, if I'm going to speak to someone, I'm going to reach out.
Right.
But, to be fair, I don't know if I'm the only one constantly reaching out. I guess, and it's my assumption because I could be wrong. I'm thinking I'm more interested or invested in this individual because it's
Uh-huh.
always, me. But yeah, just being consistent. I mean, I'm not sitting down. Oh, he only sent me a good morning text, or I'm not talking about
this is
that.
your grand
Or my
rising
grand.
friend.
Yeah, I actually had a guy check me. He was like, "You didn't text me good morning today?" I was like, "Oh shit, my bad."
I mean, because I just think that, damn, I just let people do what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's how I turn around and I handle that situation.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna require someone, even when I was single, like I'm not gonna require someone to call me
Every single day.
2 days.
Yeah.
2-3 days, okay, that's cool. You know, with me, cause shit, I got shit to do, and I'm hoping that you got some shit to do. I don't want you calling me all the damn time.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't have to call you and talk to you when I'm on my way to work.
Yeah.
When I go on my break, when I go on my lunch.
No, that's too much.
When I get off work on the
Yeah.
Then when I get there with you, I'm sitting there looking at you because
Especially
if
if y'all live together. If y'all live together.
You doing way too much because now when I get home, you like, well, why aren't you talking to me? Well, shit, I done told you what happened.
Yeah, Dirty Diapers Podcast. Because the word is for the shit. Thank you for joining us. We about out of time. We gotta continue this, so we might have to have you back. We need you to come back. You know what I'm saying? You might need to bring your partner just so if you don't feel like you need to be by yourself. You know, I don't want you to feel.
But if you want me, if I can,
that's up to you.
someone,
If you
I
want to
will
bring like
bring
another
somebody.
female companion, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? You got something going that you want to highlight, whatever shit they doing. Yeah, come through, man, and we still gonna have engagement conversation.
We should, yeah.
Dirty Diapers Podcast, because the word is for the shit. Y'all go like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Dirty Diapers Podcast. We're going in. Peace.
Stuck in another shit bowl. When it flush, I never know where I come up. One thing's for sure, your shit will not be with me.